You don't need to go to Niagara Falls when you can eat some Brian Balls.
What's going on, NASCAR Diecast collectors, Diecast reviewers on YouTube? This is Original Big Brian here, and welcome back to another Wave 10 NASCAR Authentics Diecast review. Today we will be reviewing some Team Penske cars, which one of them you guys might know and love. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 NASCAR Cup champion, Brad Keselowski, and his number 2 Reese Draw-Tite Ford Fusion for the one and only iconic Team Penske. This is a NASCAR exclusive, NASCAR Authentics exclusive card that you can only get at NASCAR Authentics because it was canceled in 1/64 scale. I will probably say more about that because, you know, can't stress enough how cool the exclusives are. But, you know, this is the same old design that some of us might like if you're a big Team Penske fan, and some others might hate. But it is something different, and I gotta admit, it looks really nice. So as you guys take a look at the packaging, we do get a nice little pit magnet to go along with this. And there's the rest of the wave on the back of this if you guys have not found Wave 10 or that liquid color chase piece, which I have still yet to find. You guys probably know since you guys saw the Matt Kenseth review, but who knows, I might get it. But have had zero luck with that car and also the other chase piece cars as well, especially for this driver as well, the Keselowski Auto Trader car. But without further ado, let's go and start the unboxing and the diecast review of the Brad Keselowski Reese Draw-Tite car. Alrighty guys, so we got this diecast out of its box, and before we get things started on this diecast review, let's go ahead and look at the little accessory that comes with this. And it is one of my, starting to become one of my favorite accessories. I'm glad they brought this back. They haven't had this since 2016 waves, I believe, the start of them. But really nice, the pit magnets, and yes, it is a magnet. It'd be a shame if it was plastic, but yeah. Really getting a lot of big Winter Circles flashbacks from that because Winter Circles used to do that. So appreciate Lionel for doing that, even though I think the accessories are pretty underrated. But hey, for $5 you're getting a diecast and an accessory. I mean, that's, you know, a pretty sweet deal. I mean, what, you're gonna pay, like, if you go to the you know, Fanatics at the racetracks, they're like, you know, double the price, and it's not worth it, guys. I mean, these diecasts are supposed to be ranged at about, like, they're priced at $8, and they just price gouge them like crazy at the tracks. So NASCAR Authentics is the way to go, and that's why I've you know, I'm a hardcore NASCAR Authentics collector. Speaking of that, guys, we got the diecast out of its box, and yeah, I mean, we got this car right here. Now, this is the first time that you know, similar to the Discount Tire car, first time that we actually got Brad Keselowski Racing sponsors in this in the Cup car. We've never had the Discount Tire car in the Cup Series for Brad Keselowski. I know Brian Keselowski drove a Discount Tire car, but we've had that. That's a first that we have for this year, and this is also a first time new sponsor as well in the Cup Series. Now, these sponsors might look familiar because if you guys are big fans of the Brad Keselowski Racing trucks when he used to have a team, also known as Brad Keselowski Racing. Plus a shout out to the two drivers who were in that series, who were in that team that, you know, one has a good ride and the other one, actually both of them have good rides. Austin Cindric and Chase Briscoe, which we all know. Austin Cindric's driving 22 for next year in the Xfinity Series, full-time, I believe. And Chase Briscoe is also driving full-time in the 98 Storehouse Racing car. So really cool. But yeah, Reese Draw-Tite, I mean, it was really cool to see these sponsors come back to life after Brad Keselowski Racing shut down in the Truck Series, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I believe he only drove this car, I believe, twice. I believe he just recently drove it at the Richmond fall race, from what I know. And there was one other race, I believe, that I can't really remember on the top of my head, but he drove this car for 2 races. Watch, I'll probably know the other race while the end of this review, but, you know, that's how interesting my reviews are. But, you know, I mean, heck, I do like the white rims. It does look really cool. And it's also really cool to see, you know, some blue on the 2 car. I mean, I guess you can consider this car a blue deuce, even though it's still got the white, but heck, can't go wrong with blue. I mean, it could be a navy blue, a baby blue, and you know, if it has the word blue and it represents the color blue, then it's a blue deuce car. So even though it's not really considered a blue deuce car, I mean, heck, even the packaging's blue. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Man, I didn't think I was gonna talk about this color for so long. So yeah, I mean, I believe he finished in the top 10 at both races, from what I know. So I believe he actually was leading a couple laps at the Richmond race as well when he drove this car. But of course, that car will be inaccurate because it has the green playoff banners. like the spoiler and the windshield, but you know, there's no windshield banners on these cars, so not really gonna bother me. Bottom is all white, just like the chassis, so the only one time I like plastic chassis. Can't really say too much about those abysmal 124s. But yeah, you know, this is a very solid looking car. Like I said, some people might not like the scallop paint scheme, which, you know, we've had since like 2011, but you know, I'm glad they changed up the colors. I mean, it's something a lot more different. I mean, to put it this way, as I'm about to start the diecast comparison, it's basically just like the Warp car. Just wherever red is, there's blue. Also, another thing to point out is that the Brad Keselowski, actually Ryan Blaney actually drove a scheme very similar to the Draw-Tite Reese car. It was, I believe it was the scheme that he drove at Texas. It was like another car-style alternate scheme, I believe. I forgot what the main sponsor of that car was, but it was another car-style scheme, which was really cool. He almost won the race in that car with that battle between him and Harvick, but I think the blue is a lot more lighter, I believe, on the Blaney car, but that'd be a better diecast to compare. But since that car won't be out for quite a while, this is the best we got. But yeah, I mean, it does match pretty well with the Worth car and all the other Keselowski scallop schemes that we have. I mean, this probably would go well with the Auto Trader and the Alliance cars that we also got, and even the Fitzgerald car, if you guys remember that car. The Discount Tire one's the only one that doesn't have the scallop scheme, which, you know, is different, but, you know, doesn't really match up with the rest. But feel free to comment below what is your favorite scallop scheme. And what I mean by scallop scheme is that this scheme that we got with Keselowski and Logano. Feel free to comment below. I'm always I always want to hear you guys' opinions and thoughts on these types of diecast reviews, and you know, feel free to comment below if you guys have any other stuff to share about this diecast review. Your thoughts and opinions really do matter to me, and I appreciate you guys if you comment and like and subscribe to this video. And until next time, this is Original Big Bro. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in yet another NASCAR Authentics diecast review.